Do you ever look at your cat and feel like they've been acting different lately? Maybe they stopped sleeping beside you. Maybe they walk away faster when you reach for them. Maybe they stare at you sometimes like they're silently judging your entire existence. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Your cat might not be randomly moody. There's a good chance some of the things you do every single day are quietly hurting your cat's trust without you even realizing it. Not because you're a bad owner, but because cats experience the world completely differently than humans do, and some of the most normal human behaviors feel surprisingly stressful to them. These 20 mistakes are incredibly common. In fact, almost every cat parent does at least a few of them daily. But once you understand how cats actually think, you start noticing tiny changes in their behavior immediately, and the first mistake is something most people do within seconds of seeing their cat. The first mistake is touching your cat too much. This sounds backwards because humans naturally associate touch with affection, but many cats don't experience constant physical contact the same way we do. Some owners pet their cat every single time they walk past them. Every couch moment becomes petting. Every interaction becomes touching. And eventually, the cat starts anticipating stimulation instead of relaxation whenever the owner comes near. What most people don't realize is that cats value emotional control more than nonstop affection. That's why some cats become deeply attached to people who barely touch them unless invited. And this is where it gets interesting. When cats know they can walk near you without automatically being grabbed or petted, they often start approaching more frequently on their own. Now, the second mistake secretly hurts your cat's sense of safety. The second mistake is making loud, sudden movements around them. Slamming doors, walking heavily, yelling across rooms, suddenly picking them up. To humans, it feels harmless. To cats, unpredictability creates stress. Cats survive by constantly monitoring their environment for danger. That means your cat notices energy shifts instantly. And over time, chaotic movement changes how relaxed your cat feels around you. Some cats even begin staying in higher places or hidden rooms simply because those areas feel calmer. But the third mistake is something loving owners accidentally do every day. The third mistake is interrupting your cat's sleep. Your cat looks adorable sleeping peacefully, so naturally, you touch them, move them, pick them up, kiss their head. But sleep is one of the most vulnerable states any animal experiences. Cats only fully relax where they feel safe enough to let their guard down, which means repeatedly disturbing sleep slowly changes how secure your cat feels in certain spaces. And cats remember that. That's why some cats suddenly stop sleeping beside owners and start hiding under beds or on shelves instead. Not because they stopped loving you, because they're protecting uninterrupted rest. Now, the fourth mistake changes how your cat experiences your presence emotionally. The fourth mistake is staring directly at your cat too intensely. Humans often use eye contact to show affection and attention. Cats don't. In cat language, prolonged, unblinking eye contact can feel threatening, which explains why some cats look away when owners stare lovingly at them. But here's the fascinating part. Researchers from the University of Sussex found that slow blinking creates positive responses in cats. Cats were more likely to approach and respond calmly when humans slowly blinked instead of staring. That tiny behavior completely changes the emotional message your cat receives. And honestly, the fifth mistake is one of the biggest reasons indoor cats become emotionally frustrated. The fifth mistake is not giving your cat realistic play. Most indoor cats live incredibly repetitive lives. Same rooms, same walls, same routines, and many owners wave toys around for 30 seconds before stopping. But cats are biologically designed to hunt. Their brains crave stalking, chasing, pouncing, and catching. That entire sequence matters psychologically. Without it, many cats become bored, restless, distant, or destructive. And this is where it gets weird. A bored cat doesn't always look hyperactive. Some bored cats actually become quieter and sleep more. Because mentally, nothing around them feels stimulating anymore. But when owners start creating realistic hunting play sessions daily, many cats become dramatically more affectionate afterward. Now, the sixth mistake is something almost every cat owner misunderstands. The sixth mistake is assuming purring always means happiness. This surprises a lot of people. Cats can also purr when nervous, overwhelmed, injured, or trying to comfort themselves. That's why understanding body language matters more than relying on one sound alone. Tail movement, ear position, whiskers, eye shape, posture. Cats communicate through tiny details constantly, and when owners ignore those details, cats often feel misunderstood and overstimulated. But the seventh mistake quietly damages trust over time. The seventh mistake is forcing interaction when your cat clearly wants space. A lot of owners follow their cat around demanding affection, picking them up repeatedly, calling them over constantly, holding them longer than they want. And because cats are subtle communicators, many owners miss the signs of discomfort completely. Tail flicking, flattened ears, looking away, tense posture. Small signals become bigger signals when ignored repeatedly, and eventually some cats stop approaching altogether because interaction no longer feels optional. Now, the eighth mistake is something humans rarely even notice themselves doing. The eighth mistake is inconsistent routines. Cats love predictability, feeding times, sleep patterns, daily rituals, greeting routines. All of it matters emotionally because routines create security, and when life around them constantly changes unpredictably, many cats become more anxious than owners realize. Some start over-grooming, others become clingier, others withdraw emotionally, and this is why cats often seem calmer in homes with stable daily patterns. But the ninth mistake changes how your cat experiences touch itself. The ninth mistake is petting the wrong areas too aggressively. Many owners immediately rub a cat's belly because dogs often enjoy that. Cats usually don't experience belly exposure the same way. A cat exposing their stomach often signals trust, not an invitation, and overstimulating sensitive areas can quickly shift a cat from relaxed to irritated. That's why many of the cats suddenly grab hands or walk away mid-petting session, not because they became mean, because their nervous system reached its limit. Now, the 10th mistake is one most owners never think about. The 10th mistake is punishing your cat after the behavior already happened. Cats do not connect delayed punishment the same way humans expect. Yelling at a cat for scratching furniture minutes later only teaches them that you suddenly became unpredictable, not why the scratching happened. And over time, unpredictable reactions damage emotional safety. Cats learn best through redirection and environment changes, not fear. But the 11th mistake is where many owners accidentally create loneliness without realizing it. The 11th mistake is ignoring your cat when they quietly ask for connection. Cats don't always demand attention dramatically like dogs do. Sometimes they simply sit nearby, follow you silently, sleep in the same room, slowly walk past you. Those tiny moments are often social behavior, and consistently ignoring them can slowly reduce bonding opportunities over time. Now, the 12th mistake secretly overwhelms many cats daily. The 12th mistake is overstimulating them with constant noise, televisions blasting, people yelling, vacuum cleaners suddenly turning on, chaotic environments. Cats have extremely sensitive hearing, much stronger than humans, which means homes that feel normal to us can sometimes feel exhausting to them. That's why many cats disappear into quiet rooms during busy moments. But the 13th mistake emotionally confuses cats more than people realize. The 13th mistake is being emotionally unpredictable yourself. Some days affectionate, other days impatient, some days calm, other days loud and reactive. Cats study emotional patterns constantly, and when your behavior changes unpredictably, your cat becomes less certain about what version of you they're going to encounter. That uncertainty quietly affects trust. Now, the 14th mistake affects your cat's confidence directly. The 14th mistake is not giving them enough vertical space. Cats naturally feel safer when they can observe environments from elevated areas. Shelves, cat trees, window perches, high furniture. Without vertical territory, many cats feel trapped instead of secure, especially in multi-pet homes, and this is where it gets interesting. A cat that suddenly seems antisocial sometimes simply doesn't feel like they have safe observation spaces anymore. But the 15th mistake changes how your cat experiences your hands emotionally. The 15th mistake is reaching toward them too quickly. From a human perspective, it feels harmless. From a cat's perspective, giant hands suddenly moving toward their face can feel intimidating, especially from above. That's why calmer, slower movements often completely change a cat's reaction. Now, the 16th mistake is surprisingly common among affectionate owners. The 16th mistake is picking your cat up constantly because you enjoy it. Some cats tolerate being carried, fewer genuinely love it, and many cats quietly endure handling because they trust the owner, not because they enjoy the experience itself. That distinction matters. Cats who lose physical control unexpectedly often become more cautious over time. But the 17th mistake slowly increases stress inside your cat's environment. The 17th mistake is not respecting territory. Cats care deeply about personal spaces, resting spots, window spots, hiding areas, routine pathways. Constantly moving their resources or disrupting favorite areas can increase anxiety more than owners realize. Now, the 18th mistake is something many owners unintentionally reward. The 18th mistake is reacting dramatically when your cat does something unwanted. Yelling, chasing, huge emotional reactions. For some cats, intense reactions become stimulating attention instead of correction, and this can accidentally reinforce behavior while simultaneously damaging trust. But the 19th mistake may be one of the saddest. The 19th mistake is assuming your cat doesn't want emotional connection because they're independent. Cats are independent compared to dogs, but many form incredibly deep emotional bonds with humans. They simply express it quietly through proximity, routine, observation, trust behaviors, sleeping nearby, following you silently. And when owners mistake subtle affection for emotional distance, they often miss the relationship their cat is already trying to build. And the 20th mistake is probably the biggest one of all. The 20th mistake is expecting your cat to love like a human instead of learning how cats actually show love. Because cats rarely communicate affection dramatically, their love is subtle, selective, quiet, and honestly, that's what makes it meaningful. When your cat chooses to sleep near you, when they calmly sit beside you for no reason, when they slowly follow you into another room, those moments matter. Because cats do not waste vulnerability carelessly. Trust is earned slowly with them, and damaged slowly too. That's why understanding your cat emotionally changes everything. You stop looking for loud affection and start noticing the tiny behaviors that were there all along. And if you recognized yourself making any of these mistakes, don't panic. Almost every cat owner does some of them without realizing it. What matters is noticing them now, because even small daily changes can completely change how your cat feels around you over time. And if this video made you see your cat differently, hit like and subscribe, because there's an entire hidden world behind feline behavior most owners never get taught. And now, we genuinely want to know, what's one thing your cat does that made you realize they trust you completely? Tell us in the comments. Thanks for watching. And if your cat is nearby right now, there's a good chance they're already listening more closely to your movements than you realize. Meow.